Good morning everyone. We had seen about combinational logic circuits, that is half adders, full adders and multiplexers in the previous class, and we had seen how to design the logic circuits using multiplexers. So today we are going to discuss about one more combinational logic circuit, that is decoders, and how do we do the logic design using decoders, and how can we construct a higher order decoder using lower order decoder. This is our discussion today. So decoding is nothing but converting an n-bit input code to an m-bit output code with m which is greater than or equal to n and m is less than or equal to 2 power n. So whenever we have n inputs, we get 2 power n outputs. So this is called as an n to 2 power n decoder. So whenever we have some digital information in some binary form, it must be converted into alternate binary form. So this is achieved by a multiple input and multiple output logic network. So this is nothing but a decoder. So the commonly used decoder is n to 2 power n line decoder, which has n inputs and 2 power n outputs, out of which one of the 2 power n output lines will respond. And there are one more type of decoders called as function specific decoders, which have fewer than 2 power n outputs. One of the examples of that is binary coded decimal to decimal decoder, where we require only 10 outputs out of 60 outputs. So this is called as function specific decoder. So we will see how to write a 2 to 4 line decoder. This is the symbol for that. So two inputs, that is these two inputs are called as address lines or select lines, and when I have two inputs, I will get 4 outputs. So this is called as a 2 to 4 line decoder. So now since I have two inputs, I will have 4 combinations 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, and based on these select inputs I will get the output, that is one of the outputs will be selected. So when A1 is 0, A0 is 0, D0 will be selected, because the binary value, the decimal value of this is 0, so D0 will be selected. Here the decimal value of this is 1, so D1 will be selected. Decimal value of this is 2, D2 will be selected. Decimal value of this is 3, so D3 will be selected. And these are the logic expressions which I have written down from this table. So D0 equal to A1 bar into A0 bar. So we use AND gates here, because AND gates are preferred here because they give a high output when we when all the inputs are high. So likewise I have written for D1, D2 and D3. So these are called as minterms. So now the decoder is called as a minterm generator. This is how you can write the logic diagram or logic circuit of this. These are called as the minterms. So this decoder is called as a minterm generator, and how many outputs I have, so many AND gates I require. Next, how can we construct large decoders using smaller size decoders? So we have some rules for this. So if I have to construct a k to 2 power k decoder, I require 2 power k AND gates, as I discussed earlier. So now what are the rules? If k can be divided by 2, then we have to use 2 k by 2 to 2 power k by 2 decoders. If k cannot be divided by 2, in that case we have to use 2 decoders, that is one is k plus 1 by 2 and k minus 1 by 2 decoder. So if I take an example and I take the value of k as 3, because it's a 3 to 8 line decoder, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2. When I have 2 as the input, I get 2 to 4 line decoder, and when I have 1, when I substitute 3 here, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 by 2 I get 1, so I require a 2 to 4 line and a 1 to 2 line decoder. So now we will see with an example how to construct or build a 4 to 4 line decoder. So to construct a 4 to 16 line decoder, I require 2 to 4 line decoders. I have computed this using the rules whatever I discussed just now. So when I use 2 to 4 line decoders, that is 2 to 4 line decoders, I get 4 inputs and 16 outputs. when I combine the outputs of both of these decoders, then I get 4 terms. So first term is A3 dash into A2 dash into A1 dash into A0 dash, that will give me D0. Likewise I have done for D1, D2 up to D15, D0 to D15. This is how we construct 4 to 16 line decoder. Next, decoder with enable pins. So if a decoder has got an enable pin, it's just like a control or a main switch for the decoder, whether it is on or off. So when the enable pin is 0, whatever are the inputs, your output will be 0. Whenever enable pin is 1, it will work as a normal decoder. So how do you construct this circuit? You will have extra set of AND gates here for the enable pins. So I have extra set of AND gates. Otherwise I can just put this enable pin as one of the inputs to these AND gates itself. Now how can you build a demux from a decoder? So to build a demux from a decoder, whenever I have the enable pin in a decoder, that can be used as a data input, and this can be used as a 1 to 4 line decoder, and it has 2 select lines. This is the difference between a decoder and a demux. Demux has a data input. Decoder does not have a data input. It has only select lines. Demux has data input, select lines, both. Next, we come to our main discussion, that is logic design using decoder and the OR gates. So how do we implement the functions? Whenever some expressions are given to us, how do we realize this logic design? So design using decoder. So one of the applications of this is implementing general logic. They have given us 2 functions, F1 and F2. So if I just look at this function, it's a 4 variable function. So I require a 4 input decoder. So when I have 4 inputs, I'll have 16 outputs, and they've given us 2 functions. So how many functions I have? I should have so many OR gates. So F1 is a variable of a function of 4 variables. So they have given us 3 terms. So those 3 terms I'll give as input to the first OR gate. Then the second function they have given us 2 terms, but actually this is not in the standard form. So when I convert this to the standard form, it will become ABCD dash plus ABCD. So I'll get 3 terms. So those 3 terms I've connected to F2. So F1 will work only for these 3 minterms. F2 will work for these 3 minterms. This is how we construct or design using decoder. Next, I take one more example. Design and implement this function using 3 to 8 line decoder. They have given us the truth table. So select the minterms from the truth table. So what are the minterms? Whichever have a 1 in this truth table. So it is 3, 5, 6 and 7. So and they have given us only one function. So I have taken F. So 3 to 8 line decoder, only those will go to the inputs of the function F. So this is how I construct. Next, I take one more example. This also construct using a 3 to 8 line decoder. It's a 3 variable function. But if I just examine the minterms, I have 6 minterms. Whenever the maximum number of minterms for a 3 variable is 8. But I have 6 minterms here. So whenever it is more than half of the maximum number of minterms for a particular function, then it's better that I convert this to POS, because in this SOP I have 6 terms. So when I convert it into POS, I'll have, that is the missing terms, minterms are the max terms. So here 1 and 4 become my max terms. So I will use this. So this is equivalent to sigma minterm of 1, 4 the whole dash. So it is easy, that is, it will give me only 2 inputs for the gate. So here I have to use an OR gate followed by an inverter. I have shown that in the next slide. Then one more function is AB dash plus BC. This has to be converted into the standard form and it has to be done. So I have shown this here. F1 equal to M of 1, 4 the whole dash. So use the inverter, that is the NOR gate, and construct this. It will take only 2 inputs. So we are doing the optimal design. One more is F2 equal to this. I have converted to the standard form. I have got these 4 minterms. So thank you.